Cheers everybody, welcome back to another video beer review. But it's not just a beer review, bit more bang for your buck. We're doing a comparison too. So what we're doing, right, April the 3rd, 2023, Badger. Then purveyors of ales you see in Tesco announced a new craft beer range. Now, I have watched another review. I'm not going to mention his name. He said he said it was a new brewery, but I don't believe that for a second. So they've released a new craft beer range called Outland, and they've released a couple of beers. I think a ginger pale ale, which I did a few weeks ago, which to be honest, I weren't really kind of like impressed with, and a milk stout. So this is the milk stout, rich, dark, smooth, 5.2% ABV, picked up from Morrison's. There's the backside. Now, that's the Outland one. Now, if we go back to last autumn, Badger released a milk stout in a can as well. I think it must have been their first kind of like their first venture into canned beers, I think, in the supermarket, and it was Milkmaid. This milk stout clocking at 5.2% ABV. So as you can see, two milk stouts, 5.2% ABV. One is this just a rebrand of this? This is what I'm trying to get down to. I can't tell you, but what we'll do is we'll do a little review of this one first, see what it's all about, and I'll open up the other one and we'll go through the descriptions on the can and everything. So don't get much from the ring. Pour it out. So this was £3.50. I don't know if it's me. Most probably is me. But I noticed the prices in the supermarkets regarding canned stuff has slightly risen. And is that down to the fact that our mate Rishi Sunak has increased the alcohol duty? I think it is, isn't it? So there we go. There she is. Stick it there. Be in a glass. It's not jet black. You can see through it. Nice frothy head to her. She looks all, pretty decent. Let's get an aroma. Not much in the aroma, to be honest. Not picking up hardly anything. So let's just pop in and see what she tastes like. So, chinny chin chin. Cheers. Slightly sweet, not that sweet. Hints of flaky coconut and chocolate. Coffee bitterness. Slight metallicness there, I have to say. Overall, yeah, it's all right. It drinks well. Is it worth the money I paid for it? I don't think it is, to be honest. It's a bit safe. Bit of a safe beer, to be honest. But overall, yeah, not to write home about, to be honest. So yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's pleasant enough. Okay, so that's the Outland. So let's get the Milkmaid over. I purchased this last Christmas. So is it in date for starters? It's just in date. Just in date. So let's just crack it open. Get a whiff. Not much there, to be honest. Pour it out. See what this one's all about. if there's a winner between the two in can design, I'd have to go for this. This can design uh, looks better for me. I mean, it's no, you know, some of these breweries, they pay hundreds of pounds to get people in to give them ideas of, you know, marketing. What do I call them? I can't remember the name of the terminology for 'em. Marketing consultants. Is that what I call them? When they hire them, they get them in to give them some new branding and shit like that. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, I look at these two cans for starters. I think that looks a lot better than that. That looks very, very boring, very, very safe, and very, very bland compared to that, where it looks a little bit more, you know, it looks it looks very, very nice actually. That it does. I do like that. It stuck out. That stuck out on the shelf more for me than that. That just looks like bland bullshit. Right, let's go in with this one. Cheers, chinny chin chin. Yeah, slight flake notes of coconut, coffee bitterness, slight creaminess to it. Um, it's quite nice, like chocolatey. Yeah, it's quite nice. So at the moment, not too sure if they're the same. They might have tweaked the recipe, so we'll just stick them over there for a minute. Let's just look at the branding first. I'll just stick that, just top that up. Just top that up. So let's look at the, you know, the narrative for starters. So this one on the Outland, it says, this smooth stout harbours indulgent flavours of cocoa, coconut, vanilla, along with dark roasting malt, a recipe that's earned us 3 internationally recognised brewing awards. This one says, this sumptuous, utterly delicious, full-bodied, silky smooth milk stout combines rich, velvety chocolate. We've got, no, they put cocoa on that one, with subtle hints of vanilla and coconut. They got the coconut and vanilla in there as well to create a luxurious, indulgent experience. The thing what I like about this branding over that branding also, it's got the medal on the back as well, and the bodger and badger thing on the back as well, which I like. This, it's a little bit, you know, then they come up underneath here. This is the one what makes me laugh. With badgers, not sheep. So it's like a brew dog attitude, you know. It's that brew dog, you know, attitude they have on some of their bottles. They're writing, you know, we're badgers, not sheep. You know, we're different. We're, you know, we're the alternative. That kind of bullshit. You find us on our own path, exploring our surroundings, hunting out flavours, uncovering hidden secrets to bring you a characterful collection of craft beers. So for me, that blurb there, it just sticks out a mile. It's aimed at the younger drinker, and it's kind of like, well, we're different, you know. We're not like the mainstream. We're not the lager drinkers. We're, you know, on our own. We're in the wild, in the outland, doing our thing. And then you look at the main label, and it looks pretty boring, pretty bland compared to that. So that's the winner so far. So let's get on to the two beers now. So we've got the Milkmaid and the Milk Stout. Let's look at appearance. Appearance wise, they are exactly the same. The head is exactly the same. Let's get on to the aroma. To be honest, I'm getting slightly more of an aroma from the Milkmaid. For me, it's only a slightness to this. So now we will find out if they really are the same beer, or they have kind of like tweaked them a little bit. They could have tweaked them, the recipe that is. So I'm going to go in with the Milkmaid first. Cheers. Gonna go with the Outland. I don't know if it's me. Mouthfeel is exactly the same. Appearance, mouthfeel, exactly the same. But for me, one comes across slightly better. Going again. The flavour profiles between the two, getting the vanilla, getting the coconut, getting the chocolate, getting the coffee, but there is one slight difference for me between these two beers, and it's all down to creaminess. It's all down to creaminess. Now, this could be entirely me. Okay, this I can't sit here and say to you one's better than the other. This could be, and that is a definitive, a definitive decision. This is on the on what I taste between these two beers. On paper, they come across exactly the same. In appearance, they're exactly the same. In aroma, exactly the same. Mouthfeel, exactly the same. But taste, there's a slight deviation between the two. And this one, the Milk Maid, feels creamier. It feels creamier. There's no way that is as creamy as that. That is creamier. That is definitely creamier. Definitely. It's missing, slightly missing something. The Outland is slightly missing something. So, what do I think? Do I think this is the same beer? I think they put this out as a feeler. They put this out to see how it, the public reacted to it. Okay, that's what they've done, and it was relatively successful because there's some great reviews of this beer. People liked it. I liked it. I still do actually. Then they got marketing people in and think, oh, it's very hard for a traditional brewery to try and carve out a new market for itself, especially in craft beer circles, because you've still got that name. You've still got, everything that is kind of like linked to that name. Black Sheep had trouble with it. Theakston also, every time people think of Theakston, it's Old Peculiar. Every time I think of Black Sheep, it's Rigwell or the bitter. So it's very hard to carve yourself out a new audience, if you want to call it that. So I think they've done that as a feeler, and then they thought, yeah, well, it's done all right. Let's start going down the canning line, which they have done. I don't think it's a new brewery or anything like that. I think it's exactly the same way they're doing it. It's no brewing arm there. What I've heard before, I think it's just the brewery just doing what they're doing and got marketing people in to do this. But I think also that they might have tweaked the recipe of this beer ever so slightly. And that's down to my own taste. I mean, I could be completely wrong. They might have not even touched it at all. It's just that one can's fresher than the other. Could be the case in this case. So, I mean, breweries have to do what they've got to do these days to survive. I I'm not a big critic of, you know, breweries trying to act younger, because I think they have to do what they have to do. And, you know, I'd like to see, you know, a brewery like Badger survive on, if they have to survive on the back of this, then you do it, you know, jobs at stake and everything. So I'm not a big critic of what breweries have to do, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and that's the main, you know, that's the thing. Whether this Outland thing will work for Badger, to be honest, marketing wise, I don't think it has with me. That looks very, very boring, very, very bland. That looks better. It definitely does. Um, I couldn't tell you. We just have to see how it develops, how this branding develops. So overall, what do I think of this? And the whole point of this video, I'll say it is more or less the same beer. Like I say, one can's fresher than the other, which might give it a little bit of a difference. And, you know, all I can say is good luck to Badger. Good luck to Badger in doing what they do, because Badger's been a mainstay on this channel ever since I started. So, you know, that's all I can say. But thank you very much for making it this fucking to the end of this video. If I had to choose between the two beers, I would choose that one. There you go. Thank you very much for watching this one. Please subscribe, murder me in the comments. You all stars, and it's a big bib bib for me. Time for the feet to hit the street. Bib bib.